Aaron Burnett Out Front, weeknights at 7, only on CNN.
When the Carnival Triumph departed Galveston, Texas last Thursday, there were promises of fun in the sun. And the Triumph, which made its debut in 1999, had plenty to offer. A casino, a disco, live entertainment, a spa, swimming pools, and all the food you can eat. But on Sunday, an engine room fire knocked out the power. This is video taken by a passenger's cell phone early Sunday morning as the fire broke out. Passengers wouldn't find out until later that day, though, that the fire had crippled the ship, setting it adrift about 150 miles off Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. With nothing but backup generators, there was no hot water, no toilets, and limited food options.
It takes 3.5 hours for food. Smells I can describe them. Our room is flooded. There's sewage, raw sewage, pretty bad. When you walk in the hallways, you have to cover your face. We don't have any masks for breathing.
Floating aimlessly in the Gulf of Mexico on Monday, the Triumph waited as passengers tried to call for help.
Actually, the first day that I was able to get through to Tim, I cried. And one of my friends who was with me got through to her husband, and we cried too, just partly out of fear and frustration, because at that point we still didn't know exactly what had happened and if it would happen again. I mean, we still were very in the dark. So that was very scary times. And yes, people are starting to lose it a little bit. Tempers are flaring. People are being very snippy.
With no air conditioning, many passengers were forced to move mattresses into hallways and out on the deck to stay cool and to get away from the horrific smell of raw sewage.
Oh, wow.
Mary Perez's 12-year-old daughter is on the ship with her ex-husband, Larry.
I cannot imagine that the horror that they have had to deal with no food, lines to go to the bathroom, seeing urine and feces sloshing in the hall, sleeping on the floor, nothing to eat, people fighting over food.
Hundreds of miles out at sea, many scrambled to charge their cell phones as they struggled to communicate with loved ones back home. On Tuesday, with food supplies dwindling and conditions getting worse, Carnival's president and CEO apologized.
Let me assure you that no one here from Carnival is happy about the conditions on board the ship. And we obviously are very, very sorry about what is taking place. There is no question that conditions on board the ship are very challenging.
According to passengers on the ship, the 1,100 crew members were doing the best they could in a terrible situation. But by Wednesday, Kyle Nutt says his fiancée had had enough.
She was just scared and everything, and she just wanted to come home.
As tugboats steer and propel the ship towards Mobile Bay, the process has been slow going, and passengers are getting anxious, moving to the upper decks and pleading for help. Carnival's senior vice president, though, says moving a 100-ton ship isn't an easy task.
There's no way we can actually speed up the process to get the ship alongside sooner. So just understand that it's going to be a long day as we get the ship alongside, but we're making every effort we can to get the ship alongside here in Mobile as quickly as possible.